I got a dulcimer for my 7th birthday, and I had no idea what a dulcimer was, and I had never seen one played, and I continued to not ever see one played. Like, Steve was actually one of the first people I saw who actually knew how to play a dulcimer, and I had been playing for a little while at that point. So my main influences were not dulcimer players, and so when I was about 10 or 11, I got a few lessons from a guy out in Kansas City. And
she had to drive 6 hours. How many hours?
It was 3.5 hours each way.
She wasn't driving.
Yeah, mom and dad were pretty amazing to drive me 3.5 hours each way. So we would go on a Friday after mom got off work, and we'd spend the night with someone we knew in Kansas City. We'd get up really early on Saturday morning before he opened his music store at 9 a.m. and I would have my lesson before that. And then we would drive home on Saturday night. And that was how I got a few lessons. And probably the very first lesson, he taught me this tune called Spotted Pony. And he told me that it's very popular at dulcimer gatherings. And I had met a grand total of 3 dulcimer players at that point, so I had literally no concept of what a dulcimer gathering was. So the next year, I run into
Because you'd never seen more than 2 at once, including yourself.
Yeah, it's like me and another dulcimer player. That's a gathering, and that's as close as I got. So I met Steve the previous year. Then I had these lessons. Came back. Steve was in the same place at Winfield. We met up again, and he said, "What have you learned this year? Let's play some tunes." So I said, "How about Spotted Pony?" And he said,
"I don't know that tune."
And I was so incredibly depressed because the only concept of a dulcimer gathering I knew was him. And he didn't know the one tune that was supposedly really popular in dulcimer gatherings.
So I said, "I'll know it after you show it to me." So
here it is.
So let's go for a Spotted Pony back.
Yeah.
Can you hear it?